Hello and welcome back to Gabos Sports Game Aim based on Sympathy, episode 2. Today, we're going to be talking about the managerial merry-go-round now that obviously most of the big decisions have been made and the guys have decided to either stick or twist. The boys and I are going to run the rule over who made the right decision and what the expectations are moving forwards. I'm joined by two esteemed guests. I'm, of course, Egal, and I'll pass over to them now to introduce themselves before we get going.
I'm Bugs. You've seen me before in the last 2 episodes, and yeah, the voice of knowledge as per.
What's going on? It's Issa here. Big United fan, full-time United fan, part-time QPR. And
You can't even say that, bro. You can't say that, bro. Part-time QPR fan. You know how every group chat has to have an absolute nut job who supports United? Issa is our nut job.
Listen, everyone's about local club. Come on, they're my local club. You lot support Arsenal, that's fine. QPR, my local club.
I noticed obviously the lack of Mancunian accent. Tell us a little bit about how my dad or my granddad used to support them. Give us that background story.
Actually, my mum was born in Nantwich, which is an hour away from Manchester. Granddad's a big United fan.
By plane? Okay, I've never heard of this Lord of the Rings town. What's it called? Lantwich.
Nantwich.
Never heard of it. Cool. So, I mean, look, whilst we're here talking about Manchester and the surrounding areas, I guess the biggest shocker of the window so far is Eric Ten Hag stays. I've got a strong opinion about this, but he's obviously, as a United fan who's had a pretty turbulent season so far. Tell me a little bit about what your thoughts are that he's sticking around.
Listen, with Ten Hag, at the end of the season, if someone wins a trophy, you're always going to get, has he done just enough to stay? Are they going to look past that trophy, say, maybe we need a change, new ownerships come in? I just don't fucking understand it, bruv. I just do not understand it. I literally, I can't. You got new owners who've come in. It's their chance to start fresh, new slate. I know they spoke to Tuchel and they spoke to whoever they wanted to, and in the end they decided to stay with Ten Hag. But there's nothing I can see that made that ownership look. They did a long review. Remember, he went on holiday. He went to Ibiza. He was doing whatever he was doing. They've done a long review. There's nothing I can see at all for me to say Ten Hag's done enough to stay at the club. I don't care how many FA Cups he's won. I don't care if he's won 2 cups in 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. To go from his debut season, where we said, all right, cool, maybe we can see something happening here.
Yeah.
To last season, I don't remember exactly. Maybe it was like 14 losses. That is unforgivable. That is unforgivable. And let's not even touch on the Champions League.
That feels like such a long time ago, that Champions League campaign, bro, where every other week it felt like you were getting piped by just random teams. Bro. Obviously, Bayern Munich was always going to be tough. But who is it? Copenhagen, and then was it Galatasaray?
Galatasaray, yeah.
And in between that, it was just everyone was popping you guys off as well, bro. And Unana was just getting wrecked on a weekly basis. Yeah. He was getting absolutely worked, bruv.
Do you know that Champions League campaign? I was telling Booty off camera. That was what's going to determine Ten Hag's fate for me. If he does not qualify out of that Champions League group, that is it. Like, I already had question marks about him with his fucking shitty signings. That Champions League campaign was it.
The truth comes out, bro. Because in the group chats, let's be honest, to bring people into our universe.
This was Issa's guy. Remember, this was Issa's guy.
Wait.
No, still waiting. Hold on. Let me. I've heard you talk. This was Issa's guy. He wanted him. This was the guy that I've never co-signed any other manager. This is the manager I co-signed. And look at him now. He left him out to dry. In my opinion, I get where he's come. Like, I get where a lot of United fans are coming from in regards to they want him out and whatever. But at the same time, I just don't see what's out there, bro. I don't know, man. I don't see like someone clear cut to come in and change it up. I'm not gonna put my neck out on Ten Hag because I fucking hate the guy anyways. But I'm just saying, you have to look at it in the full picture as well. He had so many injuries this season. I know you two have you don't believe there's any excuses for him, but he's had so many injuries. Yeah. I know he spent a lot of money on shit signings, but even the signings that he has made, like the good ones, for example, Højlund, he came in with an injury. He was out for God knows how long. Throughout the season, he's been in and out of.
I don't know, bro. I feel like that was a bit of a stretch, bro. For me, honest ourselves.
Hold on, Martin.
He's gonna come good. He might come good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, bro. Yeah.
Let him learn.
Please.
Martinez, he's been out for how long? He came back, got injured again. Mount out for the whole season. Onana, okay. Onana, by the way, he's had ups in the league. He's been good. He's had a period where he's been good. Like, I'm not saying he's been world class, but he's been all right. And listen, bro, this doesn't give me any pleasure doing this because I hate United. But I'm just trying to speak facts, innit? Like, bro, he's had bare injuries. He hasn't had a left back the whole season. He's been playing Lindelof there, Bissaka there, who's Dallo there at points. Like, midfield, Amrabat, which is another one of his. Amrabat is alone, even though I'm not gonna lie, it's a ridiculous.
Bro, I mean that's a loan you could get sacked for, bro. I mean, that's no talent ID loan.
You know what's crazy? You know how much they paid for that loan? I think it was like 10 million euros because they were. It was with the thought that they were going to make it permanent. Innit?
No, it's because they waited so long, bro. They had no options, and then they just got bent over as per usual. That's but so you think they made the right decision based on the fact that there's not much else out there that they could have hired?
Listen, there's a lot of murmurs that they were saying, there was rumors as managers were shocked in regards to how much Man United were actually offering wage-wise for the managers, and the budget. Well, we'll see if the budget's what it's touted to be. Apparently, it's not great. So they were a bit shocked about that. With bearing all that in mind, like Ten Hag, okay, listen, it's not amazing, but he won them a trophy, and with that trophy comes Europe. There comes Europa League. I know that Man United fans they're the biggest club in the world in their eyes and whatever, but it's Europe, and I hate Europa League. I know everyone hates Europa League, but I think Europa League is important in regards to the transfer window, especially with FFP and all that. And, bro, if you don't want to be a club that's not playing in Europe, man, like we tried that and it didn't bang for us.
It worked out for us perfectly. Don't get me wrong.
We finished in Europa League. When we were without Europe, we went to the Europa League. We fell short. And then Europa League.
I blocked that one out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did block that one out. But bro, first of all, I just want to say this, Abdullah, based on injuries and all this other stuff. I mean, the show's called Game Ain't Based on Sympathy. And then what I'm hearing is sympathetic takes, bro. Oh, this goes for injury.
I'm not being sympathetic. I don't like the guy.
It's bare sympathy, bro. It's bare sympathy.
Let's be quiet for a while, innit? Let's see what he's got.
Before Issa drops it, bro, I want to say what I want to say about this guy, bro. Bro, first of all, he's got no minerals. Imagine, he said the other day in the press, he was like, yeah, the club came up to me and they told me they smoked with Tuchel, but they didn't like him. That shows, he's got a cuck mentality, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the guys here that his wife's chatting to some guy at the bar, and then she doesn't really feel him, and then she comes back to him afterwards, and he's like, forgives her. He goes, oh, it did not go well. What the fuck?
No, that's literally what I was thinking.
The guy's got no balls to me. The guy's got zero balls here to disclose this. He didn't have to say that. I know these European guys are a bit open, but what? The club didn't leak this, by the way. He said it on TV. They said, yeah, you were talking about this is not even taking into account that. Bro, imagine you give this guy, do you know it's like kid? Remember when you were a kid and your mum gave you some money to go to shops, and she asked you to go buy something, but you're a kid and you come back with the completely wrong items, That's what it's like watching this guy spend money in the transfer market. You go out and you tell him to go and buy stuff, bro, and he just comes back with a load of dross. It's unbelievable. He should have been sacked the day after they saw Anthony in training the first time. The first time they should have stuck him into the room.
Listen, let Anthony land, bro. Let Anthony land.
Bro, where's he landing from? Space. He's been landing for years.
He's Robin Part 2, bro. He's Robin Part 2. He's Robin Part 2.
Nah, bro. I'm not having it, man. Bro, bro, like, Malacia, bro. What the? You know what is bad here when you're hearing rumors? Do you remember the James Rodriguez rumors when he was out for a few months? People were like, yeah, he went to have the transition. I'm hearing similar rumors about Malacia, bro. It's always a bad sign when you're hearing these kind of rumors. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. And Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, bro. I'm telling you, I knew before he even came to United that this guy's ankle was like shot to pieces, bro. Like, I don't know how he passed the medical. To be honest with you, alone the way that Chelsea bent you over.
The medical staff is doing shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. We should know. The number of guys we could have saved if we sacked that guy a little bit earlier. Bro, Abu Dhabi would still be playing today if we sacked that guy when we should have sacked. So,
wait. To go back to Ten Hag, Booty, you're saying the right decision, yeah? No one's out there. But what have you, as an Arsenal fan, seen from Ten Hag to say, all right, calm, I think, give him another season, give him another 2 seasons.
Now, you
he's
know
going
what
to get United.
I can't say I guaranteed, like I'm not 100% sure that he's the guy, but I'm also not 100% sure he's not the guy. Because, bro, that first season, first of all, you're asking me, what have I seen? That first season, yeah, everyone was like giving him, like they were gassing him for that. I can't remember, was it the quarters of the Europa? Yeah, quarters of the Europa. He won a cup and he got a fight into another final, yeah? And he finished 3rd in your first season. And people before that season started were expecting a season like this. Do you know what kind of shagged him, apart from the signings, was he set the bar high coming in. If he had this season, first season, yeah, if the seasons were switched around, people would be they'll be like, oh, this guy's wavy. But because he's finished 3rd and then he's dropped to 8th, people are like, oh, this guy's shit. This guy's not the guy. Da, da. By the way, I 100% agree. Someone needs to fucking put a dummy in this guy's mouth when he gets put in front of a camera and a mic, because he is awful in front of like his.
He can't speak fucking English, bro. He's been here for 2 years. He can't fucking speak English, bro. He can make that fucking noise. We played exciting football, huh?
Bro, you know what really looks so much worse here is you heard that Arne Slot guy speaking English the first time. You're like, Bombercut, they don't all speak like this, bro. That's what wrecked this guy, bro. The second I heard Arne Slot, bro, he's practically William Shakespeare in comparison. You're thinking, what school did this guy go to?
We got the wrong fucking bold egghead, bro. That's what we did.
I feel like you did. Honestly, though.
No, but let me finish what I was going to say. I think, listen, I genuinely believe with a board on top of him that know what they're doing, yeah. So in terms of they take the reins when it comes to the signings, and he obviously has a say here and there, but he doesn't get to sign that Malacia, Anthony, X, Y, Z. Like these guys, you've had your chance. You spent nearly 400 M's. It's gone to shit for the most part. But with someone above him, I think, bro, I think it could work out, bro.
But wait, forget table finish, forget all this sort of stuff. When you're watching United play, bruv, you don't understand what they're trying to do. You don't understand what their style is.
No, but 100. But I feel like that.
Have you ever seen someone playing high press and a low block at the same time, bro? You don't know what he's doing, bro. You don't know what he's doing. Listen, Ajax style of play, yeah? Because everyone keeps talking about that Champions League run, which was like, bro, Queen Elizabeth was alive and healthy when this run happened, bro. This was time ago. And in the years that I've followed since, yeah, he absolutely nothing worth of note apart from a few Dutch Cups. And I might have won a few, bro. They're that meaningless.
Eric, you know, Arslan the name.
I have one or two of them. Huh?
Arslan the name for him, where we call him Eric. What's it called? Eric de Boer, yeah? Bro, yeah. The worst manager statistically in the history of the Premier League. He's won 4 titles at Ajax. That
This is what I'm
league
saying.
is a bunch of garbage.
Listen. I think Ten Hag is a good manager overall. I just think there's levels in it, and I don't think he's up for the United job. I think if he stays in Holland with Ajax, a team like that, the pressure might be a bit less. There's not much competition in the league. I don't think he's up for the United job. My opinion.
Let's talk 1 second. First of all, tactically, 2 years in, we don't know what this guy's all about.
Fucking tactic.
Yeah. PR, yeah, and media is like a significant chunk of the job at clubs this size. You know, if you're talking to the media all the time, every word is scrutinized. And this guy is just a professional Mr. Bean, bruv. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He just every single time he just puts his foot in his mouth, and it's embarrassing if I was supporting a club and you're saying in May he's talking about the season would have been different if we got allowed a goal against Arsenal in September, and he spoke about it 10 times. Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, bro. At this point, is he mentally ill? It's not even a question of is he right in the head? Is everything okay at home? You know what I'm saying? So, I would have sacked this guy straight. Anyone would have met this guy. I would have been like Southgate to make them sing "Kumbaya" in the dressing room for a season, make sure it's calm, and then bring in someone serious. But I wouldn't let this guy another year of his signings, another year of just rotting the club out. We got to stop it somewhere, man.
But bro, do you know what it is as well? Another thing, yeah. This I can't explain it, but bro, he just suits United, bro. He's just a wanker.
What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, like in terms of his, bro, he's just a cunt. Like he can't accept an L. Do you get it, bro? Like,
bro, by now he should be able to do that.
Huh?
Well, he's had fucking 14 L's in the Premier alone, bro.
Yeah,
but have you ever heard him come out and blame himself? Oh, like I should have taken slack, or say, oh, my team wasn't. He'll always say, oh, we were unlucky, we played well. This guy said, bruv, we play the best football in the league. He said we played it.
I'll be honest, I can't even answer your question because I don't even understand his fucking post-match interviews anyway, bro.
Bro, he said you started the game off well against Crystal Palace. In that game, you lost 4-0. I watched the post-match interview. Honestly, I thought I'd had a stroke, bro. I was thinking, I had to rewind it. I was like, huh? Bro, that was the game where what's his name? Mateta turned into Didier Drogba, bro. I was thinking, what is going on here, bro? And also on the topic of signings, yeah, bro. In the year 2024, Johnny Evans is getting minutes. I don't give a shit, yeah, about he was brought in just to coach the guys. Yeah, he was going to be in like a one of them kind of roles, yeah. Bro, surely on God's green earth, there has to be someone younger and better than Johnny Evans that you can bring in as a third or fourth choice centre back. The fact that Johnny Evans is playing at the Etihad Stadium, at Emirates Stadium, bro, somebody should put Jim should have just put a bullet in him, bro. First day.
Apparently, he's got there's rumours that he's getting a year new contract, Evans.
This is it, man. The inmates are running the asylum.
This guy, I think he was thinking about retiring before Man United knocked on his door.
Now, surely this extension
he's retired.
It's not playing time.
He's retired. He's getting paid. He's retired, bro. This guy.
It can't be minutes. It can't be minutes. It can't be a 1 year extension.
He was saying this last year when I was custody about
that's word for word, bar for bar.
No, wait. Last year we'll say it was a freak incident. So many injuries. Surely we're not going to have that this year, and surely we're not going to see fucking Johnny Evans, bro. Surely not.
You're not going to have this year, bro. I feel like it's a bit more of a systemic. If everyone gets injured, that means you're doing something wrong. It's not just a wild coincidence, in my opinion. If everyone gets injured, there's something wrong with the way that you're doing the training, the way that you're doing the physio, the rehab. Everyone can't just be dropping dead from playing football, bro. It's not really a fucking mad sport like that. If it was rugby, you're getting booted in the face. If it's ice hockey, and I get it. But this is a couple of guys running on perfectly manicured grass. Mm-hmm. If these guys are all partly disabled by mid-October, then you got to sort out what you're doing in the dressing room and the training ground, man.
Let me come in. Let me ask you a question. All right, so let's come to the end of this. So with Ten Hag, what do you think he needs to do next season for you guys to change your mind? Especially you, Issa, coming as a United fan. So what's the minimum he needs to do to change your mind?
Honestly, change my mind is a big big statement because I don't think he's going to change my mind. But for me to say,
give him another year. You'll give him another opportunity, like another year.
Europa win.
There must be something.
Europa win.
Okay.
Top 4.
What if he gets Europa but he don't get top 4?
No, fuck that, bro. No. It's both together. Europa and top 4. That's the only way. That's the only way I'll say, you know what? Maybe I could have been slightly wrong about this guy. And he needs to fucking learn English. Them 3 things. They're my 3 conditions. I'm not even joking. I'm even trolling. Like,
I believe
he needs to learn English.
I agree with you as well.
Yeah, they're my 3 conditions.
Fair enough.
Bro, I personally think it's going to be more about who he gets out. He needs to understand who's causing the problems at the club. If he sells Luke Shaw this summer, I think this guy might have finally figured something out. Luke Shaw and Bruno Fernandes are 2 guys. As a neutral, I'm not actually neutral. More than I love Arsenal, I hate United. That's me, bro. Arsenal wins, I'm 80% happy. United losses, bro. I'm high for days. So for me, even as a hater, if he starts finding out the guys who aren't, because Bruno Fernandes is a Fugazi player, he's a stat man player.
I disagree, but
he can't make a 5-yard pass. He's not a good midfielder, in my opinion. And Luke Shaw's a professional snitch, bro. He's the common thread in all the devices of all the managers. He's the lead guy. He's the guy who's... I'm telling you, that's my conspiracy theory. He's the guy who goes to the press. He's just a sneaky guy. He's the guy who's always faking injuries and doing all this mad shit. You're going to see him next week. You're going to see him in the next England game, bro. He's going to be doing sprints. He's a guy who hasn't played since February. He's going to be doing full...
Listen, I like Luke Shaw, but I think his time is... It's probably done now, bro.
You've barely seen the guy. What's left to like? He's played 30% of the games that he's been available for in 10 years.
Yeah.
He was around when Louis van Gaal's managing, bro. And Louis van Gaal's in his 80s now. So, bro, when he does play, and when he is available, there's definitely a difference in the team. When he's not, it's a horror show. But also, go on.
Let me add to my condition as well. Mm-hmm. He can win the Europa, finish top 4, but I also need to see something's building. There's a style coming along. I can say, you know what? His excuses. We don't have the right personnel. We had all these injuries. Mm-hmm. If next season he's able to get top 4 and win the Europa, that means he's had enough players available. I want to see the style. I want to see what are you building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think for me, listen. To be honest, with the way your board's handled it, I think it's been ridiculous. Because from the get-go now, because now everyone knows this was the guy that the leftovers, the guy that they got because they couldn't find anyone else. So from the jump, the pressure's on. The pressure's on from the jump because he even knows it. Like he even knows I'm in the job because there's no one else accepted it. Type B, or they couldn't find someone else to take this shit show of a job. But anyways, signings, obviously,
it could be the opposite though. It could be less pressure on him. He's like, I'm just a stopgap here,
bro. He needs to hit the He needs to hit the ground running. There's no, you know how the last 2 seasons here, you started with him. You started the season horrifically. Like you lost the first game. I remember you won this.
Was it Brighton? I was watching it last. Was it last year? The opener was Brighton.
Yeah, and they lost it. And they lost it. They got bought by Brentford.
Brentford as well, yeah.
And then even this year, they won their first game, but Wolves took them to school, bro. Like, at Old Trafford.
Should they got a pen as well, bro?
Yeah, well, now that you admit it, bro, I remember you fighting tooth and nail back in
listen, we have to keep it real now.
Yeah, but for me, he just needs to get top 4. The trophies, I don't think those like second-tier trophies in regards to the FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League. Europa League, it would be impressive if he does it. But for me, the main thing, if I was a United fan, I'd want to get 100%. He has to get top 4, but he can't scumbag top 4 because the way he scumbagged third was okay. The first season because he played the low block counter attack, and it was just that. That's what Oli did.
That was also because Spurs and Liverpool completely were absent that season. Liverpool Clark.
Bro, they remember how much they relied on Rashford, bro. Without Rashford, he wasn't doing nothing that season, bro. He put.
Then again, Rashford, you know how he does it: 1 year on, 1 year off. He could be back next year, and we could be singing a different tune.
Style of play in top four. That's what I'm saying. But boys, I think we need to move on with this.
Well, this is the last point. I think. Well, he said a 25-minute debrief there, man. The next guy I wanted to kind of discuss. He's on a completely different trajectory, but also similarly under pressure. Mikel Arteta, back-to-back second place finishes. Currently hasn't won a trophy since the FA Cup in 2020. I think he's going to be approaching 5 years in December. I want to start with Abdullah, with you first, and your thoughts on, I guess, where things are and what the expectations are for this next season, and if you think the pressure is actually building on him.
Listen, from a fan's perspective, I'm very happy. Yeah, obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm really happy with our progress, X, Y, and Z. And I think in regards to next season, or should I talk about a bit about this season? All right. Well, this season, I think personally, I am happy. But you know how everyone was saying last season was the bottle when we were like, I don't know, was it 8 points or 5 points, or whatever, ahead of City, and everyone was saying, "Oh, we bottled it." I think that wasn't the bottle. I think this was the bottle. I think this year, I think the reason why I say he got it wrong is because of I can't fault him for the second half of the season. One L since January, I can't really fault him for. But the way he started that first half of the season, I was not happy with. I can't lie. And I'm a big Arteta fan, but bro, we lost. We didn't get. I think we drew to Fulham. We lost away. We lost at home to West Ham. We lost that away to Villa. Bro, like we dropped so many points because he was tinkering way too much with the team. So I feel like everyone was talking about, Arsenal needs to go to City and win. That's not when he bottled it. He bottled it when City was stinking it up, and they had players missing, and Rodri, Haaland, X, Y, and Z. I can't remember who else. That was our chance to build the gap. And I remember you saying it to me again. That was our chance to build a little bit of a gap, to give ourselves a bit of a breathing space, but he didn't do it. He just used that time to fucking stick with Havertz in midfield, and it was not working. That left-sided midfield just wasn't working. And it took him too long to figure out he needs to play up top, X, Y, and Z. But yeah, man, I will talk about in regards to next season after you guys have given your takes in regards to what he's done so far. So I don't know whoever wants to go next.
Yeah, Issa, I want to hear what you got to think, man.
Listen, Arteta is a tough one. You can't, someone who's pushing City to the limit, you can't really knock him.
That's but what I say, first time I've seen Issa.
Listen,
he's on camera and he's changed. Oh my God.
Listen, that's not to say, that's not to say he hasn't bottled stuff. That's to say, if someone's pushing City to the last game of the season, there's only so much criticism you can give him. That's not to say that Arsenal weren't in stronger positions and he's let his grip go. I think Booty said this season, all right, cool, he might have bottled it, not last season. I think both. I think he bottled both. I just think that. Listen, my thoughts on Arteta was I thought he was going to be a guy who's going to build Arsenal up, take them closer to it, but he's not going to be the man who gets them over the line. Do I still think that? Maybe. I don't think he's got enough minerals when it comes to crunch time, to the business end of the season. I don't think he's got what it takes to take Arsenal over the line. Both seasons he's bottled. I don't care what you tell me. Last season he didn't. It was just whatever it is. Both seasons he's bottled it. Both seasons Arsenal were in the running. How many games the season? Not last season, the season before that. How many games did you go on a winning streak?
Final 10 games of last season with Rob Holding at the back. Yeah, no one gave us a player. I don't care. We went to Liverpool. Everyone talks about bottled it, bro. Let City come to Emirates next season. Yeah, let them take Rob Holding, who's played 4 minutes of Premier League football since he's been sold to Palace. Yeah, we went and we lost Partey. Yeah, the last 10 games we went to the Etihad, we went to Anfield, and we were coming out. They come out with bazookas, and we were coming out with slingshots, bro. It was like we were on the streets of Gaza, bro.
That's all speculation, bro.
Crystal Palace this season went down to 10 men. Yeah, one of their centre backs got sent off, and they end up replacing a midfielder instead of bringing Rob Holding on, bro, because that's the gap in quality, bro.
Yeah, so
he would struggle to get into the Thursday goals game. This guy, bro. and he was tasked to man mark Erling Haaland. I understand, yeah, obviously that we weren't. I think last season the season before last, the reason why we don't call it a bottle as much as this season is because genuinely we were a little bit ahead of schedule. Nobody gave us a hope before the season started. And so to find ourselves in that position wasn't something we were like baffled, bro. Bro, we just kept winning games here in the first half of the season, and we're just kind of just stunting on teams. Yeah, we were thinking, what the hell is going on here? Considering how it finished the year before that when we bottled it at Newcastle, it was a completely new. And Saliba was in the team, and he had just slotted in just like this, and we were thinking, raw, we could actually do something here. By like January, February time, people start looking at each other thinking, reckon we can do it. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like obviously. Shit completely hit the fan when Saliba went down, and we noticed it this season. You've got the direct comparison this season. There wasn't a huge amount of change in the club, bro.
But wait. What was your conditions for Arteta this year?
Bro, listen, I wanted to win. I wanted to win the champs, man. That's my. After Arsenal win the champs, I'm a neutral. I've retired. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about anything else. Just one.
You're going to be waiting a long time. You're going to be waiting a fucking long time, bro. You're going to be waiting a very long time.
I think so, man. I actually don't think so, man. I don't think so, man. You know, I was thinking about it today, yeah, when Mbappe went down against Austria the other day. I was thinking, like, it's crazy how just like nobody can obviously predict these little freak incidents that will happen and how quickly it can completely change the outlook of things. Imagine if like Mbappe like is ruled out of the group stages, yeah, and France. I mean, where do they go? Giroud, Thuram, like they've missed their X factor afterwards. Obviously, you've got Greece. You still got world class players all over the gaff, but he's the guy who creates that separation that just makes you instant favorites. So you never know. Like it's like next season, the Champions League. You know, a bit more experience. The big problem in the Champions League this season for us was that the second we got into the whenever we were away from home, and the second we got into the knockout stages, everyone turned into quivering pussies, bro. They were actually quaking in their boots. You know what I'm saying? And okay, you could say they're inexperience of youth, or you can say whatever. But bro, like these guys, and you kind of saw it even Austria, Saliba a little bit at the first opening 20 minutes. Shaky. That guy, yeah, he has no like observable weaknesses apart from being French. You know what I'm saying? When it time for the crunch, sometimes not there for lunch. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to kind of sit down with a sports psychologist. And so a few of these guys got to figure out, bro, the quality of opposition you're facing sometimes, like Porto, for example. I don't know, bro. So that's what Arteta's got to work on next season. Is like just that business end of the season, you know? That's my take on it.
Wait, so you don't have no qualms with Arteta? Nothing. You're looking at Arteta and saying, "I don't like this."
I got a few minutes.
No, after you, though, please.
Are you talking about like specifics or
like generally as a manager? Like, I've got things with Ten Hag that I say I don't think this guy is going to be the guy for me long term. Do you have anything with Arteta that's giving you question marks or doubts around him with it?
I think Arteta is. I think I'll be nitpicking, but if I was to say certain things, I think sometimes his in-game management, like his subs, I don't know if it's because he doesn't trust the subs, the bench enough yet, or the one like he hasn't got the bench that he wants. But I think there are certain games, for example, Villa at home, you can see. In that second half, the game was slipping away from us, and it's not a one-off thing. A manager can have a bad like a player, but it's something that has been like seen on reoccurring occasions. I think Fulham as well away. Like there is certain times where you can see the game is changing, the flow of the game is changing in regards to we're getting the pressures against us. And he just stands there, bro, and he doesn't do anything. There's no proactive.
He doesn't steady the ship. I know what you're saying.
Rattling, bro. But
so, what would you give his overall season from A+ to D? Because you're saying he bottled it as well. Yeah, this season. You're saying he bottled it as well.
Listen, I'm saying he bottled it, but we have to remember he bottled a title against Man City with 89 points. I'm not saying he's fucking had a stinker of a season.
Yeah.
I'll give him genuinely. I think I'll give him like a B plus.
Interesting. What about you? Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
I think what Abdullah said was spot on about in-game management. I think that's probably his biggest issue. I think in front of the press, in front of the media, A1. Like he always takes ownership.
Well,
he's never giving these like measly excuses. He's just a straight up guy. He's like, when we're shit, he just says we were shit and it was unacceptable, blah, blah, move on. You know what I'm saying? Some guys are, it creates unnecessary controversy when you're saying we were amazing and you just got smashed 4-0, referring to a previous guy. I think that sets you up for a lot of failure. So I think in front of the media and stuff, he's 10-10. Yeah. Tactically, I mean, bro, we play some good football, man. It's undeniable. We win a lot of games. We won a lot of games this season. I think our record against the traditional Big Six, A1. Like, if there's things I didn't like, we're looking at probably playing a little bit too negatively at the Etihad, which once again we haven't won there for about 15 years, so I can understand that. But then also our first half at Stamford Bridge was an absolute stinker that kind of goes under the radar considering how badly Chelsea were playing at the time. That really pissed me off. I know we kind of got glossed over by the fact that we salvaged things towards the end, but for me, that was a horrific.
Another thing is, sorry to interrupt, Digga, is one thing I love Arteta. I think he's a wavy manager, but one thing I'm still have serious doubts about, honestly, and I've never said this. I doubt him. I doubt him in Europe.
Like, 100%. We're looking at Olympiacos, Sporting Lisbon. These are teams that bounce us out.
Because, bro, there are certain managers that are good in the league or better in the league, and not so great when it comes to knockout comps. And there are certain managers that are amazing in knockout comps. For example, Tuchel, he comes to mind. Ten Hag seems like, for the most part, he's a good knockout manager. There is a few in it that are quite good in the knockouts, but when it comes to they know how to get their teams up for knockout competitions, but when it comes to like a 38-game stretch, I would argue Pep Guardiola is better as a league manager.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that.
And even like a lot, this might be controversial, but Fergie, you would say, he's been there for 26 years, he won 2 Champions Leagues. I know it's not easy to win the Champions League with the same team, especially, but I think United fans would look back and think we could have done more in regards to their history. But yeah, that's one thing I do question about, man. Like, it's not convincing how he sets up the team. I feel like sometimes he's a bit scared when it comes to Europe. I don't know, maybe just inexperience. But yeah,
I think it's definitely inexperience. I think it's an experience for sure, man. But I think, look, in terms of the league, I know we were kind of thinking this year, but then they started breaking records again. But I mean, at some point, there's got to be a tipping point where the hunger just isn't there for the City players anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these guys, I mean...
We can't rely on that, man.
I know we can't rely on that. I know we've got to get better. We can't leave any stone unturned. But you look at guys like Kyle Walker. I mean, how long is that? When are the wheels going to fall off that one?
I think I genuinely believe that. Because it's City...
I can start seeing it a little bit.
Yeah. What about you?
Pep could be on his way out next year.
Yeah.
Pep could be on his way out next year. I don't know. Maybe everything in the league will change or could change by then. Obviously, we got Liverpool's. They've got their new gaffer in.
Oh yeah. What do we think about this, boys? Jurgen Klopp.
Before we go into that, what we just in regards to wrapping up Arteta, like what do you think he needs to do next season? Like what in terms of him not necessarily keeping his job, but not the fire like increasing under his bum basically.
Bro, to be honest with you, he's not really got too much leeway for anything else, but you start slipping down the table and the fire will rise. You finish second again, and people wonder if you're, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Are you all fart and no poo? And when you fart, you follow through, bro. You know what I'm saying? So He's got to kind of get his finger out and do something to try and bring some kind of trophy to the Emirates. And I'm talking about serious trophy. I'm not talking about Carling Cups or FA Cups, that stuff. No disrespect to the FA Cup. Carling Cup can fucking 0-1, 2-1, bro. Honestly, they need to create a rule. They need to create a rule where if you're in the top 6 of the Premier League, you're not eligible for the Carling Cup. That's the rule they should make. No, I'm being serious. They should stop people. It's fucking bullshit, bro. It's a fucking bullshit tournament. Nobody wants. It's the like the Caravana Cup, whatever it is, that bro. It's rubbish, bro. It would be better if it was Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace in the final. That'd be a more entertaining thing than watching Man City and Man United and these guys pretend to give a shit about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's got to win a serious one for me, man.
What about you, Issa?
Yeah, I echo what Yigal says, to be honest. I think, as an Arsenal fan, after the last 2 seasons, I would say his next natural step is he's got to take us over the line somewhere.
Okay, but
like Yigal said,
but you say both of you are saying he has to win, but what are the repercussions if he don't? He gets the sack, or what? Or does he go again? Because there's Pep. Some people saying, "Oh, Pep might be going. There will be the chance." Or what? You just boot him out the door.
For me, if he doesn't get there next season, we don't boot him out the door, because if we're being 100% real with ourselves, and I think there's a point that you've made on numerous occasions, Abdullah, if Arteta was a free agent, like 85, 90% of the clubs in world football are going to be at his front doorstep trying to take this guy, bro. And there's a reason for that. It's because he's proven that he can kind of build that culture. So I'm agreeing with you, Abdullah, because that's Abdullah's point, and I hijacked it, but he's spot on with that. But I think it does leave him with one more season to go, in my opinion. Because you get to a point, brother, you think to yourself, "Oh, Bomba, my light's gone out. 1 second." Yeah, you get to a point where you know what I'm saying. It's yeah, brother. It's
do you want to go Issa whilst again?
Yeah. Let me take over. I think if he doesn't win the league or the champs, but he has a similar season to this season where he's taking it to the final last game or the last few games, I'll say cool. You'd keep him, but you'll say these are now hard targets you need to meet. We need the Premier League by next year or the year after. We need the Champions League by here. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. Listen, he's pushed City to the edge. He's taken them all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You need, obviously, I think you need I think you're missing a number 9. That's probably one of the key reasons why you probably didn't pip City to the league.
I think it's
amongst other, there's other factors, but I think a number 9 is Havertz comes in. I'm not too keen on him playing as a false 9 or up top. But then again, could he prove me wrong? Has he been proven wrong? Maybe. But I still think you need an out and out 9. If he can get that this year, that's also put more pressure on him.
I don't think we're going to go for a 9. I think we're going to go for a forward, but I don't think it'll be a 9. For me, I think just to wrap it all up, because I feel like we've spent enough time on Arteta. I think, to be honest, most of the points that you made I echo. And yeah, man, hopefully you just win it, innit? That's all I can say.
We're waiting a long time, bro.
I think we're almost there, bro. We've been waiting bloody 20 plus years. But yeah, man, speaking of a team that waited for a hell of a long time for a Premier League and then finally got one under Jurgen Klopp, who's now left after 9 seasons. What do we think about Mr. Slot and how he's going to slot into that setup? You like that segue, boys? Yeah, off the top of the dome.
I do like that.
I think he's a tough one. I don't know so much about him. I don't follow the fucking Turkish league or the Dutch league. Turkey's stuck in my head from the Euros, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really follow the Dutch league so much. How is he going to adapt in the Premier League? Liverpool, much more expectations. A lot of pressure that comes with it. I don't know. I think their squad's aging. He's got to solve the Salah question. You got Van Dijk, who's not getting any younger. Aging. Wait, is he Gal frozen?
Yeah, hey, go. Is there something wrong with your camera?
But he had the audacity to cuss my iPhone.
I think his camera's done. We can carry on without him until he comes back.
Yeah. So I said, obviously Liverpool, they've got an aging squad, not Asian. I don't know. An expectation for him, for me personally, as a Liverpool fan, I'd throw in top four. That would be my
Apologies
expectation
for the
for him.
technical
No,
difficulties.
He needs to solve obviously the squad issue. He needs to figure out what he's going to do with Salah, what he's going to do with all these other players. Who is he going to sign? Is he going to implement his style? All these sort of things. But I think top four minimum, because I still think they've got quality in the squad.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. They're definitely gonna add to it, bro. Like, bro, listen, I'm even gonna pretend I know who the fuck this guy is because I've never seen him. What is it, Feyenoord? I never seen them play in my life.
Yeah.
But I heard that he's like from other Liverpool fans that he's like proper attacking minded, etc. Similar to top, but in a different style.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, bro. He's got a lot of pressure on him because it's probably their greatest manager in the Premier League era. He's taken over, and we both know coming after Ferguson and Wenger, there's a bit of a like gap, take over, etc. But yeah, man, he's got to get top four. He's still got this like where like Ferguson, he left an aging United squad for Moyes. I don't know how good Moyes would have done with a better squad or not. Arsenal, we were just left with garbage, but Klopp left like a decent, like a good team. They finished third. They were in a title race at a point. They won a trophy. So, bro, he's got to deliver. Like he doesn't get like a freebie just because he's new, and it's a big club, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
it'll be interesting to see how much he changes and how early on, because I think Salah's washed, in it. I think he's been washed for a minute.
Same, like I think he's still got a bit to offer, but for the price that Saudi are offering, yeah, like that they can fetch, and for what is out there that they can replace, I would be telling them to piss off, bro. He can go in his final year, and then they'll lose him for free next year. I'm hearing they can extend them, but they're not going to get that money again. They're not going to get the money they got last year, this year, and they're not going to get the money they'll get this year, next year. So the time is dwindling on that.
Yeah, no. The quicker you get him out the door, I think the earlier you can rebuild that team. As long as he's around, just delaying it. In my opinion. Igao, you back with us?
Bro, I had absolute howler, bro. I don't know what happened, yeah? First of all, I accidentally booted the modem, and then the camera light ran out of charge, bro. It was everything bad that could happen did happen. But yeah, I think I'm back now.
Yeah, we were talking about Slot, Igao, and what pressures and what the minimum expectations he'll have next year. What do you think?
Even I mean, I don't know. I know a little bit about him, and the team, the style of his teams, yeah. But if we're just kind of talking about just pure tradition, does it not feel like the guy after the guy always struggles? Like
yeah,
whether it's Emery, you know what I'm saying? So it's always that guy. There's that bridge where it's like, can this guy take over, and will it be a seamless? Because when you get to the club and you stay for that long, you kind of become like the overarching figure. Everything is kind of configured the way you like it. And there's gonna be a ton of guys who just absolutely, like my man, like Trent was crying when Klopp was leaving, and all these. I'm saying these guys are like a bit emotional for this guy. So
sorry to Brian, I feel like not just saying it because we support these clubs, but I feel like the managers for United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, but especially United and Liverpool, are different compared to the other managers because they're more family-orientated clubs, whereas the others are a bit artificial, if you know what I'm trying to say.
To be honest, I would say similar about Arsenal, bro. Like during the whole Wenger years, bro, it was like a much more like so many people. Like there's so many, like a generation of kids who grew up thinking the club was literally named after my man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd probably include us in that list because there's not a huge amount of change that takes place. Maybe a little bit more at Liverpool, at United recently. But even Arsenal, we only had 3 coaches for bloody 30 years. So it's like one of them ones where you're like, that stability, with the guy who comes in after Arteta, he's going to have to win the dog, bruv, to get his new regime over. You know what I'm saying? So there's some guys who just kind of install all this nonsense, all the mumbo jumbo, all the brainwashing and the conditioning. And, these guys who've only known one manager kind of have to get over this guy or, let's see how it gets on. Let's see how it gets on. But my gut feeling says that he's not going to be able to replicate that success and, endear himself to the fans as quickly. Because even at the beginning of Klopp's reign, even we got like, all of us were like, yo, this guy's wavy. We eventually grew annoyed with him and his moaning ways, but there was no denying he was a charismatic bastard.
We said that he's the minimum expectations. He has to get top 4, otherwise it could be curtains for him. What do you think in regards to Slot?
I would say, I don't know if he's got a longer leash than that though, man, because it depends, because there could be a summer of just massive change at the club. If they lose Salah and, he's not really going to get saddled with the Núñez decision, the fact the club can't buy another £100 million striker this summer because nobody else apart from Klopp rates Núñez. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at guys like Jota, who's like perpetually injured. You look at who's a Colombian guy? Luis? Yeah, Luis. Not David. What's his first name? Luis Diaz is the one. Yeah, Luis Diaz. I was thinking David Luiz. I was thinking, what the fuck? Yeah. He can't hit a barn door. You know what I'm saying? So their attack was kind of heavily reliant on kind of one man. Cody Krapko stinking up the joint again. And then you look at that midfield, is it really, still question marks over Szoboszlai, and, is he a Stevie G regen? Did you just put the?
They need to sponsor us.
Yeah, you need to stop that, bro, before you're breathing through your gums.
I mean, 70% of the Premier League are on that, bro.
Yeah, but they've got elite doctors, bro. And their face starts falling off. He says they'll be trusting the NHS, or even worse, the EHS. Is there an Egyptian health service?
Bro, don't even get me started on Egyptian hospitals.
I've seen those guys. They qualify as doctors and vets, bro. So yeah, we got a whole gloss past that one. But yeah, bro, I foresee him getting a bit of slack if they finish 5th or something like this, because it's going to be a transitional period.
I guess similar to Ten Hag, you want to see him implementing his style. He knows what direction he's heading in. You can see improvements. Is he solving, obviously, the aging squad? You've got Salah and whatever, these guys. What's he going to do with them? If you see these things are clicking into place, maybe, the leash is longer. But I'd say, like, with that current squad, if he makes a couple of additions, gets rid of a couple players, I'd say top four minimum overall.
Yeah, the thing about Liverpool, though, they've got the thing about Liverpool, and we kind of saw it in the cup win, is that they do have like some seriously talented young players coming through the ranks as well. Which I think, if he starts playing them more and more often to replace some of the older guys, will buy him ultimately more leeway. Because I think that's what got Erik ten Hag ultimately his job saved. Unearthing guys like Kobbie Mainoo, giving minutes to Ahmad, and this guy. You have to play the youth if you want more time. Same with Arteta. If you're persisting with a bunch of old bums, and you're taking L after L, then eventually they're going to start coming for you. But if you're playing youth and inexperience, people are going to be like, oblige the guy, bro.
It's like a wild card.
Yeah, it will buy you a little bit of time. So I think that's probably the best thing he can do moving forwards.
Yeah.
And speaking of kind of guys who are in crossroads, I want to touch a little bit on Postecoglou, who obviously spectacularly shat the bed to end the season. Obviously, everyone was just waxing lyrical about the guy for playing what can only be described as kamikaze football for the first half of the season. And in the second half of the season, I think their form has really gone under the radar because they have stunk it up wherever they've gone. So let's have a quick chat about that and what you guys think of Postecoglou going into his second season now.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can kick this off.
Yeah, man. Jump in.
He's a tough one, you know. I don't know where I exactly sit with him. I think Spurs have never been a top team in the Premier League. Like he's come in, he's taken over a team who are obviously they've got to a Champs final in recent history, fluky season, whatever it is. They're always floating around top 6 there or thereabout. I like his interviews. I'll be honest. I like his interviews. I like how he speaks to the media. What he's doing with Spurs, obviously, like Igal said, it's been a season that fluctuates. You know, you've seen good spells from Spurs. You've seen absolute howlers. I'd give him a bit of time, another season, see how he does, what signings they make. For a target for Spurs, though, I don't know what would be enough to sack him and what wouldn't, because Spurs, like I said, Spurs are a tough team to analyze because I don't know. Like for me, Spurs are like 6th place, 5th place. That's it, maximum. I don't think they should be in the top 4, and I don't think they should be lower. I think that's their level. If he can get them into the top 4 and go on a run in the Champions League, I think that'll be a very, very good season.
You mean Europa League?
Europa League. If he can get them to go on a little run there, get to semis, final, that'll be a very, very good season for Spurs. If he doesn't, but he's around 5th or 6th, I don't think you can sack him. I just think that's Spurs' level. That's why he's a hard. Spurs are a hard team to dissect. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, bro, for me, listen, I think before this season started, if you told Spurs fans that we finish in 5th, they'll be so gassed because they were like that was their aim, innit, to get into Europe. But as the season played out, like Arsenal, the season before this season, we weren't expecting to be in a title race, but we found ourselves in the middle of a title race.
Igal was expecting Arsenal to be in a title race.
I don't know about that one, but
I expect to win it every single season.
Yeah, Gal's
I expect to win it with David Luiz at the half centre back.
Gal's on shrooms half the time he talks about Arsenal. But
it's true. It's true. I can't even lie.
When we what's it called? When we talk about Tottenham, they found themselves in the top 4 race, and the craziest thing is it was at tail end of the season. They've gone to Villa and they've bopped them 4-1. Yeah, they've bopped them 4-1, and now they're 4th. Yeah, and then they go and lose. What, they win 2 out of their last 8 games. That is horrendous. Yeah. Like, bro.
And you got to talk about St. James's Park, of where they just got annihilated. Oh I think that was the little deflator.
Mickey can't defend, isn't it, bro?
Mickey can't defend. Bro, Mickey can't defend.
Listen, he's had a. Let me not cook him too much, innit? He's had a top season, but bro, come on. That's tail end of the season. He's had a stinker, and no one's spoken about it enough. But I'm gonna gloss over that. I'm not trying to get too deep into Mickey van der Ven. But in regards to Tottenham in general, bro. They bottled top 4. Villa, by the way, they're saying, Postecoglou's first season. When did Unai Emery come in? He came in December, the year before. They had Conference League to play in, by the way. Let's not forget, they were playing in Conference League on the Thursdays and sometimes Fridays, and then they finished ahead of Spurs. And all these first Spurs fans the reason why I got so much vim for them is because there's so much chat, for Arsenal, bro. Focus on your dusty club before coming to Arsenal. Dusty club. But, bro, coming from a neutral perspective, in all seriousness, in regards to Ange, he's like what Issa is saying. He's had a good season. One thing I would say though, he has to have another style. You can't just play the same style of ball every single time. It's like, bro, like you got bodied at Newcastle. You came at Arsenal. Arteta knew what he was doing. He just sat back. All these Tottenham fans will say, "Oh yeah, well, we outplayed you. We had all the ball, bruv. We knew what the game plan was. We just sit back, let you have the ball, and hit you on the counter. Like if you keep playing the same way in the Premier League and you don't evolve, you're gonna get found out. There has to be more than one style, bro. He goes 9 men down to Chelsea early in the season, and he goes, "Oh, so long as I'm here, we're going to play only one way or some shit." Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
They're like, Ange, this is in relation to Issa saying he likes him in the media. They go, Ange, you went down to 9 men, but your team carried on pushing on. Was there any inclination for you to sit back and maybe soak up some of the pressure? I'm not interested, Mike, in that. That's his default answer. Not interested in that, Mike. Ange, do you not feel that it's a bit strange for your fans to want to lose to Manchester City? Look, mate, I'm not really interested in any of those rivalries. Get a new line, mate. What are you interested in? Are you interested in winning games, you bum?
Him being Australian works against him as well, I'll be honest.
Why?
I don't know. It's a bit like am I going to take an Australian manager seriously? Probably not.
Like, is it giving you a bit of like what's that TV show called Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
That kind of guy who's in the wrong setting.
Bro, send that guy down under, bro. Let him go play some rugby. He's in the realms, bro.
Yeah, he's in the wrong. Well, I'm telling you though, that's how he plays. He plays the sport like it's rugby. It's like 2 lines of teams just like crashing into each other. There's no like nous. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's for them. It's going to be a bit techie. You know, Son, another year older. He's going to be 32 this season.
He's finished.
They got Madison, who's a perennial crock, who you just know. You know,
biggest diva in football, and for what, bro? God knows, bro. You'd think this guy won the Ballon d'Or in his career, bro.
Yeah,
no, I think their forward line needs a lot of work, bro. Even like Richarlison, they need a 9, obviously. They need to get rid of that
midfield.
They need that Solomon guy. That Solomon guy needs to go.
Yeah, he's stinking of shit.
Where
are you at, Solomon?
We know where he needs. We know where he needs to go. We all know where he needs to go.
But yeah, they need.
I want to say it.
Yeah, they need a left winger. They do need a left winger.
But I want to say it. I do want to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it. I'm going to keep quiet.
It's a PG show. It's a PG show.
Not really. I always turn that setting off on YouTube. We're not going to get monetized. We'll never get monetized. As long as I'm on this show, we're not making a single penny from this. This is entirely a passion project. Carry on.
Can we carry on? Yeah, they need a left. Like Issa was saying, their forward line needs to get revamped. Even their midfield, to be fair. I'm hearing they're linked with Gallagher, which doesn't move me too much. I can't lie.
Yeah, Gallagher, Dogcroft. And so who's? I mean, their midfield as well. They still got guys like Højbjerg on the books. Who, I mean, Højbjerg, he's not a needle mover.
Bentancur, Bissouma,
very average.
Madison,
very average. The Swedish guy up top on the wing, the ginger guy, what's his name again? Kulusevski.
Yeah.
Get him up, get him out, bro. He is trash. Have you ever? He's one of the most one-footed. They know, like when you're one-footed, super one-footed. At least be good with that foot. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you should be good with that.
He hasn't got the pace to give himself separation as well. Like he looks like he's technically sounder for a winger, but he's just. I think he's a bit. I think the Premier League in general just figured him out.
Yeah. What do you think of Saar?
I think he's.
I like him.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
I like him. I think he's a great player. No?
I think he's a
solid player.
He's young. He's like what's he like? 20, 21? Still very young.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can't be 100% certain. For a variety of reasons. So I think I'll choose to kind of plead the fifth on his age. But yeah, he tells us he's young, so we'll just have to take his word for it until we find out that his classmates are in their 40s. But I mean, we'll just wait until that one comes out.
Players like Højbjerg, Bissouma, I'd start looking at shifting them on personally.
100%. But to where, buff? You can't. It's the same dilemma as a lot of the big clubs have. Whoever put Højbjerg on 80 bags a week, he's going to have to lose their job. Because, I mean, Southampton were very glad to get rid of this guy because he was average for them as well. He's just the guy who just crashes into people. Huh?
He might be on more than 80.
I don't know, bro. Spurs usually they've got kind of a mid-tier.
Let me see their
structure.
midfield options. They got Basuma, Højbjerg,
He's on 100.
Skip, Sarr,
Skip, Benjamin,
Bentancur, Sessegnon's obviously gone.
Sessegnon's gone, and they got rid of Ndombele.
Yeah.
Who, in my opinion, over a period of 15 minutes, is one of the greatest midfielders of all time. No, seriously, if a game of football is 15 minutes long, we're talking about untouchable player. First ballot Hall of Fame. But unfortunately, it's not for him. So he's going to be going I imagine he's going to end up in Saudi somewhere.
Yeah.
Because obviously those guys only watch highlights, so you would assume that if you clip up Ndombele quite well, he looks like a pretty tasty player, bro. So I imagine he's going to resurface there somewhere. But yeah, bro, they've got a lot of bums, bro. Even in defense, that Radu Dragostin guy, bro, his agent's in the media every week.
He looked decent though. He not on the ball, but he looks like he could. He's like one of them old school concrete defenders, like Eastern Bloc guys.
Yeah, 100%. And let's talk about a few honorable mentions before we wrap it up. I know this episode.
Wait, bro, we need to do Chelsea.
Chelsea, of course, yeah.
Come on, man. This is hot stuff. They're gonna buy another 50 players.
Yeah. Let's go, bro. We all kind of knew, even though the former turned, that Poch was going to get the bin. But what do you think, Abdullah? Do you think it was the right move, or do you think they've jumped too early again?
That was a tough one, you know. Can't believe we've left Chelsea till last, actually. But anyways, I think, bro, you know what? Yeah, I think sacking him was the wrong idea, and I know I've been on him for the whole season, but this champion, bro. Now these man, I feel like Chelsea are just looking at every other club's moves and they just copy, bro. Oh yeah, this guy he touched Arteta's beard hair, bro. So he's the next Arteta, and they brought him in. He's managing a championship for 1 year for the team in Leicester who had the fakest team in the championship. By the way, they spent the most money. They're getting done for FFP this year, anyways. They have to sell, and they've gone and given him the job, and they've just got a bunch of like kids from nursery running around. They just signed, oh look, Arsenal are interested in this guy, Man United are interested in this guy, let's go buy this kid, bro. That whole project
was this their current squad? Are you talking about their current squad?
Yeah, but their whole project in general just doesn't make sense. So the Poch sacking, I know the relationships start to wear between him and the board, but bro, to bring in this random Maresca, bro, like I don't even know, but I was reading on Twitter, X, about some Leicester City fans and what they said about him, and they were happy for him to go, bro. They were happy for him to go. They didn't give a shit, honestly. I don't know if that
they had. When you say fakest team, I think you mean like in championship history. Right? Like honestly, like, it's like they had like multiple Premier League winners. Jamie Vardy still knocking about. They had a Wilfred and Ndidi. They still had a very, very, very. They had a solid Premier League standard team, like a top half finish. If Leicester finished with that squad they had this season in the top 10 in the Prem, it wouldn't blow your mind. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, it's a pretty solid team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It does feel like Todd Bowley's strategy has been to watch Top Boy and then just ask the agents to just hire everyone off it, bro. Their team exceeds the do-rag quota. You know what I'm saying? There's too many do-rags for one team. Do you not feel like that? I don't even mean... I'm not racist. I just don't like them. No, I'm not saying. No, bro, there's a lot of little... You know what I'm saying? Local lads. Let's use that term. A lot of kids from the community in the first 11, bro. And I feel like when I see guys like, what's his name, Maduwake and Chukwuemeka, these guys were definitely extras on Top Boy. I saw them. The one of them was in Duchesne's gang.
No, but listen, Chelsea's squad's obviously still very young.
I don't know.
No, it is common. I think only one of their players in that squad is over the age of 30. Like that's a ridiculously young squad. A bit of time. Obviously, some people like Mudryk, you expected much. You expected much more from them. Like by this point, they've been disappointing.
Enzo is the one that's the real disappointment, in my opinion. Because that guy. I don't know what he does. I actually don't know what he does. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's barely a midfielder. I don't know. I feel like he got a couple of highlights of the World Cup, and Benfica just know how to just jack up the prices. And it's very hit and miss with those guys. Anyways, you look at 120 million for João Felix. This next guy, what's his name? João Neves, whatever his name is. 120 million price tag they slapped on him. It's 120. It's like, oh yeah, he's Portuguese. He played for Benfica. He's 20 years old. It's 120 million. If he has 3 good games in a row, that's what they're charging him. Caicedo, on the other hand, I think both flew really under the radar in terms of like legit criticism, considering the price tag, but also was actually pretty decent in the second half of the season in the games I watched. He did turn a corner, in my opinion, but he was next to Enzo and Gallagher, who is genuinely, for my money, like Crystal Palace was Gallagher's ceiling. The fact that he's Chelsea starter, Chelsea captain. Wow. By the way, Issa, man, I don't know if you're doing the invisible man here, but we're getting more shoulder than face.
Can you see me now?
I can see you now. Yeah. So yeah, but I don't really give a shit about Chelsea or where they go from here or this.
I feel like that's the story of Chelsea. They finish 11th, they finish first. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, say about City though. I don't give a shit about City. That's why we're not talking about Pep's last season.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
City can inconvenience you, obviously, because they're cleaning up. Chelsea, I honestly just don't give a shit.
The reason why we're not touching them up, it's like, bro, Pep, where does he go from? He could lose fucking God knows what next season. He's done enough. Like, it's just he's paying him house money at this point.
Yeah, I'd say with Chelsea and their gaffer, left to be seen, innit? We'll see what he can do.
Oh, bro, by the way, bro, Chelsea need to get top 4, man. In my opinion.
Yeah,
bro. I think the way they finished the season, things seem to be clicking. I honestly don't think it's out of the realms of possibility, bro. If they get one or two quality additions.
The reason why I'm saying they need to get top 4 is because of how they finished the season, where they finished. Yeah. They sacked this guy who finished 6th. Bro, this guy that comes in, bro, he better finish higher than him. You sacked the guy that finished 6th and you started to make things look like they were clicking. And you brought this championship manager in, and what, you're going to finish?
Honestly, I don't think he gives a shit, man. If you're a Chelsea man, if you're a Chelsea manager, bro, you've hit the belly. You have absolutely hit the belly. Remember that guy Potter? Yeah, he's still turning down clubs because if he takes on a new club, then Chelsea won't pay him, and they're paying like was it 15 M's a season, 20 M's a season, whatever it was, some ridiculous wage. So if you sign that, they're still paying off Tuchel. They're still paid off. They've spent, I think, over 100 million in the last 2.5, 3 seasons on just paying out managers. So if you sign on the dotted line at Chelsea, I don't think you really give too much of a shit how results go, bro. As long as the ink is dry, you're getting that pay.
About how their results go either.
Exactly. Nobody gives a shit. Chelsea's just like a AI project.
I do think they'll do better than last season, though. I think
probably
they have Lavia.
Off a win, bro. What have you seen from this guy for you to say that?
Lavia?
No, Lavia hasn't fucking kicked the ball all season.
And will he come back in next season, bro? How the hell do you know if he's going to do it? Bro, there's certain guys here you can't put any stock into. They signed Fofana 2 years ago for 80 million, bro. I have not seen him in a Chelsea kit once. I don't know if this guy's is he in the country? Can we do a wellness? Can we do a welfare check with this guy? Is he around? I haven't seen anything about this guy, bro. For 2 years, he's just every single time. The only time you ever hear about him is like something in his body part has exploded, and he's going to be out on a shelf for another 12 months. Some of these guys don't exist, bro. Lavia, he's made the money. You got to imagine, that like of all the footballers in the world, there's got to be a significant portion. There just has to be a significant portion who just don't give a fuck. what I'm saying? Who just think to themselves, there's a significant portion go, you sign on the dotted line, you're making 100 bags a week for 8 years. For 8 years, you're making £100,000 a week. Yeah. I can imagine if you're not really that keen on football, they've got another contract. You know what I'm saying? There's no two ways about it.
Yeah,
as long as you turn up and train.
I think Maresca, he's got a. Although they've got a young squad, he's got to change a few things. There's quite a few players in there who are not just probably not good enough. Although they're young, he's got to change up a few things. I don't think there's immediate pressure on him this year. I know Budi said he has to do better than what Poch did, but I think up till 7th he's fine, in my opinion.
No. I think
the Chelsea fans will fucking go nuts, bro.
Bro, if they lose 3 games in a row, bro, he needs to go on right move and look into selling this drum.
I don't know.
They won't have it.
I think realistically he needs a bit of time.
Yeah, realistically, everyone needs a bit of time. But bro, whether you're getting it is a completely different situation, man. Poch had the same issues that we're talking about with Eric Ten Hag. I mean, injury galore.
Yeah,
and he's playing, 45-year-old Silva in meaningful games. You know what I'm saying? He's got a bunch of these little kids with Disasi and all these bums, Badiashile, like just absolute scrubs from deep in the jungles of Congo, starting meaningful Premier League games. And bro, you just got to eventually just look into just taking the payout. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, bro. I'd be like, yeah, just put in a little crypto account and get out of the country. I don't know why you're looking at that. What's going on, bro? What did I say? Did I say something bad?
No.
I don't think I said anything crazy, bro.
No, you did.
I think I just referred to them by their ethnicities. Our verdict ultimately on Chelsea is who gives a fuck. And if we move on to, I guess, the honourable mentions, Roberto De Zerbi lost his mind, moved to Marseille. What do you think about that?
I don't understand it personally. I didn't see it coming.
It was a very left, because considering he was linked with everyone, Chelsea, United, Barca, Bayern, and now he's at Marseille. It just feels like he's just set his career on fire.
One of my friends
is that Ruben Amorim guy. Was it Ruben Amorim?
Amorim,
who was trying to play Liverpool and West Ham with each other, and then got told to about both. Where's he now? Did he go to AC Milan in the end?
No. Fonseca.
Fonseca. Was he a Portuguese guy as well, no?
I think so, yeah. I've lost.
Yeah, he was. I think he was.
They grow on trees, innit, these guys?
Benfica's skipper or something for a long time. Apart from them, other managers to watch for. I like Crystal Palace's manager.
Oh, he's cold.
Glasner.
He is cold. Yeah. Well, I hope he gets to keep at least one of either Elise, or he probably won't get to keep both. But I hope he get to keep one of Elise and Eze.
Do they have to sell?
They got release clauses in it, and Chelsea are doing what Chelsea do best, bruv. They should go on. Someone needs to watch them from now on, bruv. They want to go on a watch list or something. Every kid that's about, bro.
Did you not see that story that came out this week that the only way they avoided FFP was they sold a car park and a hotel to themselves. At that point, bro, just get rid of all the rules. You know my thoughts on it. Just get rid of it anyways. You know what I'm saying? I think this whole FFP stuff is killing the sport. It's not making it better for anyone. I think what they should do is implement a tax.
Either apply it properly or don't.
They should have a luxury tax, bro. They should have like basketball have a luxury tax, and if you go above it, if you spend above the tax, you have to pay a hefty fine, and then that fine goes back down the pyramid to other clubs. It just gets repurposed somewhere. I think that's the only way to do it, because you don't want to stop these billionaires from creating fake companies and then doing little backhanders with their mates to get a little sponsorship here or there. You just can't stop it, bro. It's just how these guys operate.
Is Glasgow your manager to watch out for?
100% for me, anyway.
Bro, if he has a good season, he's gonna get sniped by someone.
And what's his name? The Bournemouth Areola.
Areola.
Yeah.
Iriola.
Andoni, Iraola, whatever his fucking name is.
Them two, and one more that for the man them in the group chat. Gaz O'Neill. Everyone loves it. Gaz O'Neill.
Wolves is another boring club, bro. I don't give a shit.
Nah, this season, honestly, they're actually an entertaining watch, number one. And number two, they were like, all the pundits were like, because their financial situation, their transfer embargo, all that stuff, they were like, they're going down. And then they finish not too far off a top half finish, bro. So
yeah,
there's a couple of dodgy results that kind of screwed them over in the end. But the only thing about Gaz O'Neill is that he's proved himself to be suspect to the last minute defeat, which is not a good sign. After they lost that game to Coventry, I mean, to be fair, Eric tried his best the very next game to try and top that record. But that was a shocker, bro, because that should not have happened.
Also, a mention for Kieran McKenna. He's auditioning now, I think. Maybe for not for United, but for a slightly bigger club.
I hope so.
Ipswich probably goes straight back down, in my opinion. But let's see
how they buy, because I mean, if they because they're looking to spend a little bit of money, from what I've heard, they're looking for a little double sweep of Netanyahu and Emil Smith Rowe. So
yeah.
So let's see how that pans out, and fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that guy needs to go.
Yeah, Glasner is probably the manager to watch out for, the most exciting one.
Glasner, for sure. Yeah, no, Glasner is definitely the guy to watch out for. And you wonder if another big club could take a punt on Unai Emery if he carries on his heroics.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just as long as he stays far away from North London, I imagine somebody else is going to make a move for him. I never want to see his face again. But I'm sure some people like him somewhere. Maybe his family. But yeah, let's see how he gets on. But yeah, boys, I think we have well and truly, run over our allotted time. I think we said we're going to sit down for half an hour. I don't know how long it's been, because obviously I got booted out.
21 minutes.
An hour and 21 minute sit down. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start piecing this together. But look, boys, this has been very fun. I actually enjoyed catching up. I like this lineup. We'll be back again to record later in the week. So I think we'll have us three plus, hopefully, Mr. Baz, who's currently...
better camera quality.
And Issa will be recording from somewhere that's not a cave in the Tora Bora Mountains.
Yeah.
How is the training camp going, Issa? Now move on. Moving swiftly on. We're out in post.
I'm trying to fucking
listen, boys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for joining in. And this has been Gabos Sports.
Peace out.